Hello everyone, welcome to the NUG Webinars, Namos user group webinars, #Nuggets of Wisdom. Today, Sasha will be monitoring the Q&A, so if you have any questions, please feel free to write them in the Q&A and she'll pick them up and then we can get to them at the end. Just to mention, the next webinar is scheduled for the 26th of February, which is VB Studio, bringing HCM clients into the Redwood age, and that will be presented by Daniel Evans. You can find the registration for this on the events page on our website, but we'll also be sending details out about that shortly. However, for today, please can I introduce Pete Guttridge-Pay, who will be presenting Unlock Success with Oracle Cloud Success Navigator. So over to you, Pete.
Thanks, Gowan. Afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this Namos user group webinar. Really excited to talk you through what Oracle Cloud Success Navigator is going to bring. So I'm just going to share my screen. So for the next half an hour, I'm going to share with you what we've been looking at with Oracle over the last few months. So we've been really privileged to be part of the beta program for the Oracle Cloud Success Navigator, which I'm hoping, like other people we've shown this to, you'll be able to see the benefits. If it's not for implementing Oracle, what it can bring to you when you're in the Oracle ecosystem, and if you're implementing another module, if you're live with Oracle, how this system is going to grow over the next few months and years to give you even more. So there is implementation, and there is also how to evolve into the Oracle space. So let me just quickly click through. So a quick agenda for today. So we'll do very quick introductions. Introduction to what Oracle Cloud Success Navigator is. Then we're going to go into a demonstration. So you're actually going to see what it looks like in beta. I've already seen what's coming in general availability from next month, and it looks even better. So what you're going to see today is only going to get better. The team are really working on the platform. I've got some things that I can share from Oracle. I will have to do the safe harbor because I don't know exactly what's coming and when, but what to expect in general availability. Just going to talk through as well the benefits for new and existing customers, because it's not just for implementing Oracle. There is a massive focus here for optimizing, innovating and maintaining Oracle. And you'll see that that they have started to put AI into Oracle Cloud Success Navigator. So not only is it going to help you to successfully implement any module or from scratch, it's also going to help you loads to keep the system maintained, innovate it to move forward and maintain it just to keep the lights on. And as an end user myself, I know quarterly updates you lose track, etc. There are excellent things in here that will help you through that. And then Q&A at the end. So we are going to make sure, because I can talk for quite a long time anyway, but Sasha and Johan are going to keep me honest to give some time. So if you do have any questions, as Johan said, please pop them in the Q&A and we'll answer. Honestly, what we've seen from the beta of using this and how we've been using it with 2 customers already in the beta process. So let's move on. So really happy to spend lunch with you today. Thank you for coming along. Pete Guttridge-Pay, Centre of Excellence Director at Namos. So I have the team of solution architects. I also do change and have been leading with Gemma, who's also on the call. Thanks for joining, Gemma. To really unlock what Oracle have got. We've been feeding into the beta program to make this as best as we can. So giving our input, and we're going to carry on doing that with the success team, who've been really receptive of what we've been asking for and giving them feedback on it. So just a little bit about the webinar. The video of the webinar will be made available. I'm sure, Johan, you will work really quickly to get that available. Q&A in the session. It's a series, as Johan said, of user group webinars. If you haven't booked on, my last slide is a QR code to Danielle, so I'll make it really easy when we get to the end. So you can point your phone at the screen and register for that when we get there. If we can't answer a question today, we will follow up and get that question to you. If there's anything that you see that you want to feed into Oracle, please put that in as well. We'll be really happy to take that and feed it into Oracle. And again, just to thank you for coming and joining with us at this lunchtime. So Oracle Success Navigator, just quickly show the safe harbor statement, because not everything I'll show will be available from straight away. I've been looking at the beta version of the system, and general availability will look slightly different. So just a safe harbor statement there. So Oracle Success Navigator is an interactive digital platform that will guide you through your journey to implement Oracle, or to implement any subsequent module of Oracle following a set of success criteria that Oracle have set out to empower you to get customer success. The portal itself is overlaid with Oracle Guided Learning. So if you don't have that, it's a really good place to come and see what Oracle Guided Learning looks like and the power that that brings. It also has lots of videos, step-by-step guides, Oracle modern best practice around out-of-the-box Oracle. So if you've been in the ecosystem for a while and you just want to remind yourself what Oracle should be and the modern best practice, it's a place that you can come back to and see that as well. One of the critical things, and I think it's a really important thing, so this is free. Oracle doesn't do lots for free, but this is free. It's part of your subscription, and it will be announced at Cloud World on the 22nd of March. So we'll be there. So if you're there, please come and say hello. This is officially launched on Oracle Cloud World, and then it will start to roll out to customers, and you'll be told when you're going to be getting the Navigator. So it's here to leverage Oracle expertise. It's to return back to modern best practices and to make sure that Oracle's being used for the purpose that it needs to be, and also some cloud quality standards for implementation. If you've already implemented, as I go through this, just cast your mind back to your implementation journey, be whether good, not good, however it was, and have a think about, oh, if we'd only had this when we were implementing, to see the power of what Oracle are providing. But also I'll be showing you what's available in the Evolve space for living in cloud. It's here to get you to stay on target. So ensure your implementation hits key milestones. It brings milestones earlier. So thinking about your Oracle support operating model, maybe your target operating model of how you want to work with Oracle when it lands. It's getting customers to think of that much, much earlier than possibly it would have done without the prompt from the Navigator. It's also got milestone assessments and project status dashboards built in, which we'll go into and have a look in the demo in a moment. To keep people honest, to keep projects honest, you can put notes in there. You can answer some questions of, have you done this? Are you ready for this? Just to help you and your implementation partner, or if you're doing it yourself, just to be able to tick off and say, yes, we're good, we're ready to move forward. One of the pieces that we've done with lessons learned when we finish projects and we speak to customers about how did the journey feel, everybody says we wish we could have got hands-on earlier. Getting hands-on normally is at knowledge transfer, or it's when you get to user acceptance testing. We can now get hands-on much, much earlier, with Oracle now being able to deploy a starter configuration into one of your pods. So as you implement Oracle, one of your environments can be used for a starter config, which you can log in as with different personas and start to navigate and orientate yourself around Oracle, which will help discovery. When we do discover with customers, the questions will be more informed. It also helps that change journey to be able to see the delta and the change impact that you're needing to assess to take that journey to cloud. And it's pre-configured environment that updates every quarter. And if you've got a spare pod, because people may have a spare pod, you can download that and get that starter configuration as well, even if you're living in cloud, just to have as an orientation or a training environment. For those that are in the cloud, I have a little surprise later of what's coming later in the year, where you're going to be able to see something different. And also it's there to continuously innovate and take advantage of the latest Oracle features with AI assistance and quarterly release environment. So the quarter release notes will come into Success Navigator, and you'll be able to do some really cool things with those as well, which I'll show you shortly. So it's a powerful little portal. It says Success Navigator. It feels like it's something that's going to signpost you around, but it's really powerful. And being an end user before I came to Namos, this is something that clients have been calling out for, and it's really nice to see. So let's get in and see what it's all about. So let me just find my Navigator. So here is the beta version of Navigator. I have got some screenshots of what general availability will look like. At the moment, it's very much around the implementation. And you can see here a pathway of the process. This is Oracle's process, but it maps really well to any implementation partner. We've mapped it to ours. It fits really nicely with how we work with clients. So at the top here, you can take a tour of the platform. So when you get your hands on it, you can take a tour. That will open up a pop-up, which I'm sure is opening up somewhere in my screen. And it's overlaid with Oracle Guided Learning so that you can start to be guided around the portal. Down the bottom, so this is your portal. It's a client portal. It's not Namos. It's not any implementation partner. It's the client's portal. So you come in here and you give access to whoever you want to give access to. So as you add a member, you can put their name in, their email, what role they're doing. So you can carve it up depending on what role they're doing in your project or in your business. You can say whether they're admin, can they just view, or are they a member? What relationship do they have with you? So are they a team member? Is it a partner like Namos? Is it Oracle? Is there a certain pillar that you would like them only to have access to? So if I was to choose ERP, do I just want them to see procurement? And in procurement, do I just want them to see something? So it's very configurable of what you can give people access to. You can have different initiatives in here as well, which is if you've already got Oracle and you now want to implement a new module like procurement or advanced collections or HR help desk, you could create an initiative for that implementation and follow the process through. So not just for implementing from the get-go, but adding more functionality, you could use this as well. Person gets an email and they can log in to this portal, but you own this and you can give it to your implementation partner, Oracle, etc. Here's where you can add different initiatives and manage them. So if I wanted to add another initiative, I could now say I'm going to be implementing HR Help Desk, and I could have them running concurrently to my cloud implementation. Up the top here, this is the recommended journey for implementing Oracle. Again, as I said, it maps to the Namos methodology really well. So if I click into Mobilize, what Oracle have laid out as a roadmap is the steps that are needed to start to get your implementation off the ground. If you're brand new to implementation or if you've not done Oracle before, Oracle have provided some resources that you can download, which are templates, boiler templates for a resource model, strategy and plan. They call the workbook, and lots more that you can then build on. So lots of building blocks to then make your own when you come to doing your implementation. Up until this point, you would have had to create this yourself or rely on your partner to do that with you. This is really nice to have something that starts that journey. So down here, you work through each step. So what do you need? You need a team, you need the communication, you need cross-functional working teams. So lots of information in here to support clients on getting ready. At the end of each milestone, there is then an assessment, and this is what we're calling or Oracle are calling the cloud quality standards. So at each stage, these are things that you need to have to be in a good place to move forward. So have you selected an SI, solution implementer or system implementer, onboarded the key resource and mobilized the full program team? So lots of things here. So you start the assessment and you can say, yes, we've started that. And you could add some notes. So the rest of the team that come in can see those notes. So if I just quickly click a few of these and then save, I then start to get some analytics at the top of what status are we at and how good are we to move forward. I can also show the details so I can see updated by me, and I can view any team notes as well. So again, it's not a project management tool. It's just here to give the guidance of those success criteria as you're moving through implementation. So as we go through, we have prototype. So if you've worked with Namos before, this is where we're into our solution design documents. It's where we're doing our application walkthroughs to validate your design decisions. Oracle have just called them slightly different, but they map really well. So to us, kickoff is our discovery. High-level design is our application walkthrough. Detailed design is our solution design document where we're verifying those. So prototype is P1 or P2. End-to-end test readiness is our system integration testing, and end-to-end test, again, our solution design and our SIT. Validate is then the user acceptance testing. So again, lots of things here. Are you ready for that final validation? And lots of questions here to make sure that you're ready to exit from end-to-end test. And then final validation in Oracle terminology is where we're doing that UAT testing. So have you approved the exit criteria? Did you include UAT scenarios? And having the starter configuration, which I'll show you in a moment, that will empower you to get those UAT scenarios and user stories way up front, where before, between signing off the solution design document and getting ready for UAT, there was a really infinite window of getting your test scripts ready. Having an orientation of Oracle before that is going to speed that up and accelerate people being able to have those ready. Then we prepare for go live. We do deploy, so cut over and go live. So there's lots of things here. Again, more assessments of the cloud quality standards of what we need. And then we go into evolve, which I will come back to in just a second. So to support you going through that, and again, as you can see, and just for time today, if you've got another initiative going, you could then go through exactly the same steps to do advanced procurement or expenses or HR help desk. So those bolt-ons that normally come in a phase 2 or phase 3, you could run separate initiatives and follow the same standards all the way through. To supplement these, down the right-hand side, we have starter configurations. So the starter configuration is it uses an environment. So you have to have an environment available. And Oracle will deploy into your environment a fully working a prototype. So Oracle University, you can pay and you can log into Oracle demos, and you get what they call, it used to be the Vision environment. It's now the Supremo Fitness. But you can log in and there's a hierarchy. There are employees, there are approvals, there's scheduled processes are all running. And at the moment in there, we have ERP. At the moment, they've deployed for United States and the United Kingdom. So they're calling it United Kingdom and then United States and Global at the moment, but they'll be rolling out more legislative areas. There is ERP, again, for United Kingdom, USA Global. EPM came online about 4 weeks ago, so there's EPM in there available now. All 5 cubes or scenarios of EPM are available, and SCM is also available in there now as well. All United Kingdom, United States Global. The plan on that as well now is in the coming months and years, they're going to be adding sector as well. So higher education sector, health, retail, there's lots that they have planned, public sector, to be coming into those starter configurations. So you literally add a starter config, you would ask to deploy that starter configuration. So get started. I want to deploy human capital management for the United Kingdom. In your test environment, you would create yourself a user and a password with a couple of roles. You would put that username and password in and deploy. At the moment, it takes about 3 days to deploy that. On go live, I'm told that that will happen in 12 hours, so it will automatically implement for you. And then once that's implemented, you can then log in. So if I just come in here and manage my starter configuration. So in this one here, we've got HCM at the moment. If you ask for HCM, you get ERP as well, because they come together. We've also got EPM deployed for this customer at the moment. But if I access it here, it'll take me straight to the environment for me to log on. But I can access the starter config, but also I can have a look at, so on a CSV file, all of the personas that are available for me to log in as. So I've got passwords and usernames to log in as an employee, a recruiter, a line manager, a HR help desk person. So all of it is set up ready for you to log in and start to look around Oracle really, really quickly and get that orientation that we've never had before. So lots of people are probably thinking that's really good, but if I've never seen Oracle, how do I get around Oracle? So here there's modern best practices. So Oracle have provided modern best practices to support the starter configuration, but also to support customers who are going to be logging into that starter configuration and orientating themselves. So here are all the business processes. So if we have a look at hire to retire, so all of the different processes for hire to retire are listed out. On a top level, I can come and have a look at the process diagram. So I can have a look at how should it be flowing between different personas across the business best practice. I can also come in here and have a look at, if I want to manage workforce structures, what do I do? There are step-by-step guides, so PDF guides, or you can come and watch a video. Again, it's Oracle University, so it will start to play an Oracle University video. So depending on how you learn or how you, some people are readers, some people like to visually watch things. So either way, you can see that and interact with it however you want to. When you download the PDF, it downloads screenshots and it's got the overlay of Oracle guided learning. So it's helping you every step of the way. And all of these are updated by Oracle quarterly so that they are matching the different releases of Oracle in the business. But just this is where I asked you to cast your mind back. And if you were doing your implementation and had all of this available, what would have that accelerated for your thinking and the way that you did your implementations? And if you're thinking of doing an implementation in the future of a different module, how will this be able to impact that journey as you go forward? So that's everything on the front screen that you'll get. The bit that is really exciting, and I suppose for this people that are on this team, you're probably all living in the cloud. So the evolve area is really important. So this is where that continuous improvement, that structured, how do we take on and innovate? So you'd probably start here on your journey where you'd come and monitor and drive adoption. So still do the success factors and answer the questions in here, measuring performance, improving your performance, running and operating the system. Again, there's different resources, a 52-week plan, managing change requests if you haven't already got a process set up. There's milestones, achieve a steady state. Hopefully you're all there, but then what's your readiness for continuous improvement? So there's 5 questions there that you might want to answer first. Then comes the exciting part. So the quarterly releases are delivered straight here into the Navigator. So here you can see the pillar, the product, what feature is coming in 25A. It's already updated in here. I can learn about the feature by watching an Oracle University video, which supplements the release notes we get at the moment, which are very text-based. Here there's a video of what's coming next. If that I wanted to share, this learning and development new AI agent is coming for skills, and I want to share that with the learning and development team to ask them if there's something they want to plan into their next quarterly release, or is it something we should be doing? I can share it directly with them from here, and multiple with a comma separation, send it out. So I can start to manage the quarter releases. What was missing from here, and Oracle took the feedback, and I'll show you on a screenshot because it's not currently released, it's coming in general availability, is what do I do when they say, yes, we'd like it, or yes, we'd like it, but in a month or 2 months time. So Oracle have now built that into the system as well. So I'm just going to, that's the end of the demo of the system as it is at the moment. I'm just going to go back to the PowerPoint to show you some things that are coming in the future. So really exciting things coming in the future. So a new homepage for the general release is more around recommended actions. So in here, AI will be pushing out to you insights and tailored recommendations based on your production profile. So in here, you'll come and answer some questions and AI will have a look at your setup, and it will be pushing out to you recommended features based on 3 pillars, which I think Oracle have kind of got this right. So the orange, sorry, it's really small, but the orange is maintain. So keeping the lights on. What do I need to do to keep Oracle working as it should? We've got innovate, and I can't remember which color is which, but one of them is innovate, and one of them is optimize. So optimize the system, innovate, what's coming new that's going to really push us forward, and maintain are the three pillars that Oracle are looking at. And this will be able to push out to you, what do you need to see and what do you need to manage to keep that system working in all of those three pillars, powered by AI and tailored to your production profile. And I think that's really key, to be able for you to maximize your adoption and not just a generalistic view of what the system looks like. Recommended actions at the top will come out, which you can follow. And across the top as well, you can also, it will remind you about who your team is, so that you can make sure that that's up to date and the right people are in the right place in Navigator. And also any events that are happening as well will also happen here, so you can have a look at those. So this is what we'll look, this is what I've been told. It may tweak slightly, but this is the general availability of the new homepage for general release. So it's less about that implementation pathway and more around innovation first. And if you're then implementing, you would go to the implementation, because many of Oracle customers will already be at this innovate stage. And then some more, it brings in some implement where you can get to the implementation screens we saw earlier, and then some feature programs, configurations, etc. Innovation first. So it's going to be a one-page dashboard when we log in, so that recommended features Sunburst, which is that innovate, optimize, maintain, theme-based centers across release. So whether it's AI, whether it's Redwood, they're going to be themed so that it pushes out and you can easily find what you're looking for. The release maintenance schedule, so where you can go and find those quarterly releases and manage them, and also my roadmap. So this is the bit where I was talking about, that's really good that I've got my quarter releases and I've shared it with the department and my SMEs, but I need to be able to control that. What about if we had a roadmap? So Oracle have now added a roadmap. So if that person comes back and says, that's really good and we'd really like to do it now, you can add it to your roadmap. And within Navigator, you'll start to create yourself a Fusion roadmap Kanban. So really, you start to not lose track of those quarterly releases. So what do you want to do now? What do you want to do next? What do you want to do later? What are you saving because nobody's come back and replied to you yet? So I think it's a really good start, and it'll be really nice to hear feedback once it gets out into the ecosystem of how this is going to help, not only to see what's coming in the quarter releases, but also to manage what you do with them when they are there and with you. I would have loved this as an end user, because losing track of a quarter release once it's happened and gone is very, very easy when you've got business as usual, you're trying to keep the lights on, and this is always something that's kind of out of reach or just in touching distance. This just makes it a little bit easier to manage, in my opinion. On top of that, you've got AI Adoption Center. So it will give you AI-driven learning solutions to really help you personalize that employee training. So this is all new coming. Do you want to share it with people? Again, it's just another way of sharing what's coming in releases. And then the other one that we've got is preview environment. And I think this is going to be really powerful. So when you get the release notes, it's very flat. Yes, there are screenshots. There will now be videos as well. But the first time you get to see 25A or 25B this year will be when it lands in your non-production environment. What Oracle are going to provide us is a preview environment. So like a virtual desktop, you'll be able to log in and see this screen. And with the personas that are very much like the starter config, you can log in and start to have a look at what's, so 25A hasn't landed into pods yet. It comes this Saturday. Don't forget, everybody. You heard it here. They're coming on Saturdays now, not Fridays. So this Saturday, 25A will land with the Cadence 1 clients. How good would it have been if you'd been able to log in a few weeks earlier or a month earlier and see what was coming in a preview environment? that's where Oracle are going. So you'll be able to have access before it even hits your non-prod. Lots of us say that one of the things that works against us with quarter releases is having the time to look. We're not giving you more time physically, but the access is there for longer and more earlier than we've ever had. So again, another benefit for Navigator coming in. What's coming next? So there's lots on the roadmap for Navigator. So limited availability has already happened. Lots of customers, about 150 have been in the beta program. We've been very privileged to be part of that and working very closely with Oracle. So everything that I've just shown you was in the limited availability. General availability, so that homepage redesign, production profile, program project definition, etc., the implement best practices, the localization, phase 1 countries are there, so United Kingdom, States and global, all the playbooks, the innovate parts, and my roadmap will be there with the Kanban, best practices for living in the cloud, preview environment is going to be there in general availability. And then in the future, they've already got plans for data integration, so adoption and SR, BI enhancements, automation services, custom journey, so that's those contextual, higher ed, public sector data configurations, OCS, OCI, so that data part, custom learning paths, FSM integration, and lots more innovation of adoption centers, automated roadmap development, and succession plans and measurement. The ideas that they have that automated roadmap and AI pushing to you what you can have based on what you've already got or haven't got on is going to be absolutely amazing. So that was kind of the demo that I wanted to do, and most of what I wanted in the user groups. I'm conscious of time and I want to give some time to questions and answers. But hopefully you've been able to kind of take from that the benefits to new implementation, but also I didn't want to leave behind people and lots of you that are already in cloud and what this Navigator is going to bring to you as well. So I'm just going to go to the end of my slides because I want to be able to see you and I want to stop sharing my screen. So we'll come back to Q&A. But just before I do, this is the webinar for Danielle. So 26th of February, if you're not already booked on, Danielle has really taken control in Namos, the VB and the Redwood. She's our Redwood kind of master in Namos. If you have the time on the 26th, I'd really suggest that you come along and listen to Danielle. The QR code there, if you give it a scan, will take you straight to the website where you can register. But also, as Johan said, it's on our website as well. And then just a massive thank you again for staying along with us. But I'm going to stop sharing so I can see the screen. Hopefully that was informative and just an insight into what we've been working in the last few months. But are there any Q&As? I'm going to hand over to our Q&A holder, Sasha.
My new job. Yeah, we've got a few, so that was great, really informative, and it just all looks really good, really beneficial. I suppose the only downside is why didn't we have it before? But that leads on to the first question. Is you've mentioned February, but how's it going to be rolled out, Pete?
So at the moment, people who are on beta are going to be rolled onto the general availability. So that starts at the end of this month, so the end of February. So all of the customers that have been before general availability, they'll be rolled on, which again, as Oracle does with everything else, we'll go and find out if there's any snags before everybody else comes on. There was no snags with coming onto this portal. It's been very, very smooth, and I don't want to jinx it, but it's going to be announced on the 22nd of March at Cloud World, and then the timetable for release will follow very, very shortly after that.
Okay, you've mentioned it's free. Again, you said that that's a rare occurrence. I don't think it's ever happened. So one of the questions is what's the catch? Are they going to sort of rein you in and realize how good this is, and so you can't be without it, and then start charging a subscription? And just added to that, with regard to cost, do you need an Oracle Learning license to view all of the videos?
No, so the all the videos are being provided. This is all part of the Oracle steer of success. So Oracle Success. So the Oracle Success team can see that where this support is not in place, things sometimes go a little bit astray for lots and lots of reasons, whether it be time, whether it be resource, whether it be other pressures when you're implementing. But they want to make sure that everything is available to make it successful. One of the things, lots of things they want is happy customers, referenceable customers when they're live, but also for you to be able to easily take new modules, new functionality. The functionality is there. And I do think it's worse when you're paying a license for something and you don't use it. This system is going to keep prodding you and pointing you. So hopefully just get you to use everything that you are paying for. I can never say never that there might not be a cost, but at this point, there's never been a mention of that. And the whole point of this, from every conversation I've had, is to support customers to get the best out of Oracle. So while I can never say never, I will say once you get it, enjoy it and make the most of it. I think the most that we use it, Oracle will just keep on putting more into this. And no, you don't need a guided learning. The videos are embedded in to the navigator, so they all come along with it. And they're embedded exactly where you need them to be. So they're right where the journey of the task is. So no, all in the navigator, and at this very moment in time and for the future, it's part of your current subscription fee of Oracle.
Thank you. You showed on, as part of your demo, how to add team members. Is there any restriction to how many people can be added?
No, as many as you want. Again, because you can add partners and Oracle in there as well, you may want to add, it's good possibly to add your CSM, so your customer success manager in there, so they can help and provide that oversight to you. Definitely your implementation partner or a few people in there. If you're with us and you have managed services with us, I'm sure, Sasha, you'd want to be in there so you can help to guide your customers through and your accounts through. So no, it's owned by you. You kind of say who can and who can't. All I would say if you were implementing Oracle is, and we are doing this with a client at the moment, is when you're looking at that orientation, it's not opening the gates to everybody because you do want to manage that change. So I'd just be mindful of that, but there isn't, you can add as many as you like. They haven't told me that there's a number.
Okay, and you showed the starter configuration as well. Does that need an existing environment to run?
Yeah, so the starter, it's very much about implementation because it's that out of the box. What does Oracle look like? Orientation. As soon as we've done discovery and we've configured the system, it won't look like the starter config anymore. So we'd normally overwrite your environment anyway as we go through the implementation, but it does need an environment to begin with, and you'll always have an environment in an implementation to do that. If you're running with Oracle already, I think the brilliant bit that Oracle have brought out is that preview environment. So you won't need the starter config because every quarter you'll get a preview environment to go and have a look what the next release is bringing, and it's built the same as starter config. So starter config if you're implementing and it's your orientation and it's the time for you to get all of those unknowns answered of what does Oracle look like. Preview environment if you're already living in cloud to see what's coming next.
And no more navigating through the release readiness notes. It'll all be in one place. So yeah, that's great.
And really looking forward to the Kanban.
Yeah. And just lastly, not to put you on the spot, what is the best, I'm reading this one out because it's quite a long question. What is the best feature you've seen within the Navigator, and what impact will it have to drive use away from other Oracle offerings?
So I think for me, and again, it's back to my end user, and I probably said it quite a bit in the presentation, it's the quarterly release notes, but not just being able to read the quarterly release notes, but to control and manage them, because I got really excited and then BAU took over and then I'd forget. So to be able to put them on a Kanban and come back and look at that landscape, overlay that with AI, informing me of what is going to get the best out of the product. I feel like it's kind of like a personal assistant of Oracle, kind of giving you this advice as you're going along. And it's just going to be able to keep control and prod you along. And I just think that's really, really cool. but I'm going to sneak in 2, I think, because the preview environment is absolutely amazing, because when it lands into a non-production environment and that 2-week clock starts before it lands into production, being able to see that even earlier just gives you that little bit more time to see things coming and be able to do more. So both of those together, I think, are going to be 2 powerful things in the Navigator.
Thank you so much, Pete. And I shall hand back unless there's any more questions. Just double check. I think one's just come in. Bear with me. Yeah, just to clarify, the preview environment will essentially be an additional vanilla environment and not charged for, or will any of the customer config be in there?
So no customer config in there at the moment. I think they are looking at that with AI, but they haven't got there yet. It is, and it's not one of your environments either. So it's a virtual. You would log in to the virtual desktop and have a look at it. It doesn't take an environment. It's not your config. It's just going in and having a look at what it looks like. So in the 2 weeks where it goes into your non-prod to prod, you can test to see those dependencies and any regression testing. But to be able to see the power of what Oracle is releasing early, I think that's the beauty of it, being able to see that in the preview environment.
That was the last one. Thank you very much. I shall hand back over to Ian.
Okay. Thank you, Pete and Sasha. That was all very interesting. If anyone has any further questions, please feel free to reach out to us. And this will all be recorded and released later. But for now, thank you very much for attending, and we hope to see you in the next session.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.